Kathy.
And I'm Toyin.
And welcome to another episode of
Talking Spree. Hi, I'm Toyin.
And I'm Kathy.
And welcome to another episode of Talking Spree. Alright, today, good to see you, Kathy.
Great, awesome. What's up?
Nothing much. I'm just hanging in there. How is the weather treating you?
The weather is awesome.
Okay.
I love it.
It's like we don't really have much to do this winter. It's it's not really cold. And do you know that they actually pronounce 3 times state of emergency and the snow is nowhere to be found? Isn't that funny?
I don't believe in them anymore.
I wish they should just keep closing my job.
And pay us.
Yes, that would be awesome. Alright, let's get into the topic for today. The topic we have for today is why women stay in abusive relationship but finds it easy to leave when hubby is cheating.
Wow, that's a very interesting topic. Why do they do? Why do you think they do?
Because I would think like they should be able to, it should be easier for them to get out of abusive relationship and still be able to forgive each other to be able to forgive the spouse when the spouse is cheating. But it's the other way around.
I think it's easier to forgive than to actually have to leave. Because I guess they're in their comfort zone. I'm not speaking for every woman. This is just my thoughts. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe it's where they're in their comfort zone and they don't want to get up and start all over again. So it's much more easier to just tell themselves that, oh, you know what, maybe it's my fault why he cheated. You know, maybe I needed to cook more, maybe I needed to dress differently, maybe I needed to change something about myself. They're always blaming themselves. It makes it easier in their minds than to get up, pack up, move out, start all over again. Yeah,
but what I'm saying is they actually leave. Like, I've spoken to a lot of Americans here in this country, and if you find out why they're getting divorced, like if you talk to like 5 American women, maybe like 3 of them is getting a divorce. And if you ask them why, the first thing they will tell you is cheating. However, when the husband is abusing them, they don't leave. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Because I think it's a mental thing.
Abuse is probably a mental thing.
It is mental. A part of it.
And then sometimes they said they're scared, like the husband is gonna kill them.
But that's another part of it also. That's why I said it's just a certain amount of percentage of it is mental. But another part of it could be fear. Afraid of what's gonna happen. It could be fear of having kids and they don't want a broken home. You know what I mean? They don't want to be a single parent. Yeah,
but what about when the husband is cheating and then they just feel like, you know what, I'm done with you, I'm gone?
Well, that's a different thing. I don't know. Cheating. I think they categorize cheating. Like there's okay cheating, and then there's the like not so okay cheating, and then there's the it's my fault cheating. You know what I mean? So I think they put it in categories, or maybe they just tell themselves that to make themselves feel better.
And then you know that when a man beats his wife, abuses his wife, however the abuse might come. Abuse comes in different ways.
Yeah.
You know, the man comes back and they beg and say, oh, it will never happen again, and then it keeps happening, and then they accept, oh, it's gonna change and all that. Why can't they have the same mindset when the man is cheating? Because when the man is cheating, so he's gonna come back and say it's not gonna happen again.
That's true.
He's gonna, feel sober and said, I will never see that lady again, whatever, and then they go back and do it. Why can't they have the same mindset of, okay, it's gonna change, and the next thing is just get out of the marriage? I don't know. I just can't figure out the answer to that, because I realized, like I said earlier,
it's hard to figure out the answer because with everybody it's different. Like every individual is different, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint and say, you know what, okay, that's the reason why she stayed with him, or that's the reason why she didn't leave him. So it all has to do with the individual and their individual needs.
The same time when people will feel like, why is it with him when this man keeps abusing him? And then the same way they're gonna feel like, why is it with him when he keeps cheating? some people are gonna stay in the relationship, while some people are gonna walk away.
Some women are in denial and they tend to like make excuses for men, like, oh, maybe he was depressed, or you know what? They blame the other woman. Like, oh, it's that woman that she's like pushing herself on him. That's the reason why he cheated, because they give excuses that men are the weaker sex and they can't control themselves, which is total BS.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I think that's true. Yes, total not so nice things. So they make excuses for the men, again, to make themselves feel better. They actually pick up for the men. Sometimes the families try to get involved or whatever, and they be like, oh, you know what? It's that lady. She's the one who's been trying to talk to him, or she's the one, and then they end up blaming the other woman, like, oh, he just went to her and be like, you have to be with me, and he grabbed her and put her on him, and they slept together, and you know what I mean, as if he consented. Like, he wanted to do it. If he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't have done it.
Yes.
And then he regrets it afterwards. Some regret it, some don't even regret it. Or some pretend to regret it. So I think that we should like look into ourselves and try to figure out, what do we want for our lives? What do I want for my children's life? Do I want to sit in this situation and continue to take, all this abuse? Because it is an abuse also. You know what I mean? Emotional abuse, yeah, because there's verbal,
you're kind of
emotional,
right. Yes.
physical, abuse. So I think that it all depends on that person and what it is that they want for their lives.
Okay, because I keep thinking about it, like, okay, because now you said it's an abuse, which is an abuse, because there is nothing that threatens a woman in a marriage like the presence of another woman, realizing that there's somebody else somewhere that your husband is saying.
We have options. We can either choose to accept it, what you choose to do with it is your business. You choose to accept it, then that's good for you. If you choose not to accept it, then all power to you.
And then I'm gonna come back to what you have said, like we find excuses. I just realized that whenever you go to maybe to your girlfriends and you say, oh, you know what, my husband is cheating on me, or my husband is abusing me, my husband keeps beating me, the first thing they will ask you is, they will never ask that, what is wrong with him? What has he got? The first thing is, I think the first thing they're gonna ask is, if it's like cheating, they'll say, oh, are you sure you have time for him? Like, or if he's abusing him, and they'll say, oh, did he say something that you said your own back?
That's a defense mechanism.
Or like, are you disrespecting him or something? I'm just trying to support your argument.
It's a defense mechanism in order to blame yourself. In order to cover it up and protect him. It's easier to blame yourself. And that's when you fall deeper into depression and denial, and it gets worse and worse. And then he realizes that, what, this woman, I can do whatever I want, and all I have to do is just come back and say, you know what, I'm sorry. And then everything will be okay.
It gets to some point that a man will know that no matter what I do, this one, she's not gonna leave.
She's not going anywhere.
She's not gonna leave.
All I have to do is come and beg her and say, baby, I'm sorry.
If
or
I
buy
beat
her some roses or something, and then she'll be okay. And then he beats her, and then come back and apologizes, and everything is okay again. So he knows he has her mentally. It's like mental slavery.
Yes.
So yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the topic for today. This is Toyin.
And I'm Kathy. Please do not forget to comment, subscribe, and share.
Okay.